So to put it another way, in practice, you are supporting inequality.
Number 5. They blame society for everything.
Man, I just wish I wasn't so fat. Thanks to this society, there's so many unrealistic beauty standards, like not being 347 pounds and shaving your armpits. You know, if I had $1 for every time I complained about this society, I'd only have 78.3% of what a man would have made. Screw this patriarchal society! It's just all society's fault that I feel guilty after I eat 13 Big Macs.
You see now, Hunter, you might have had a point there, had you even begun to construct some sort of argument, rather than just stringing together a series of fucking ridiculously unfunny strawmen like you just did. Yes, it's the inevitable bit about rape. Yip-ee. Now, we're sticking with the same video, but the next point he makes is about rape, or sort of about rape anyway. So the inevitable bit about rape is only this very next point he makes. Once that's done, the inevitable bit about rape is over. And the reason I've decided to do it as part of this kind of taking a look at one larger video thing is because actually Hunter, when it comes to rape, isn't really the worst at all. But having said that, this bit is pretty fucking dumb.
Number 4. Feminists are the biggest hypocrites. One major thing that feminists fight against is this so-called rape culture. Apparently feminists are so against rape that they scream rape when they aren't even getting assaulted. Here's a feminist getting arrested. I don't want to be part of this scene. Ugh.
And you cannot be in the vehicle while I'm towing this vehicle.
I'm gonna get out of the car and walk down to that house.
No, you are not free to leave right now.
Are you saying you have authority over me? No, I'm
You're
not.
gonna take the bag off.
No, I'm not.
Relax your...
Hey! You're raping me.
Right.
This is rape.
Relax
This is
your
rape. This is rape.
So let me get this straight, Hunter. One woman, who you didn't even begin to try and prove to us is actually a feminist, throws a hissy fit upon being arrested, which, by the way, is a relatively common reaction from both men and women. And this somehow goes to show that all feminists are hypocrites. I don't even know where to begin with how appalling, shoddy, and just frankly worthless a point that is. That's not an argument. That's nothing, you fucking dickhead.
Number 3. They are triggered by everything.
I get dressed in the morning, triggered. I take a shower, I'm triggered. I get in the car, I'm triggered. Go for a walk, I'm triggered. I leave my house, I'm triggered. I sit in my room all day, I'm triggered.
Yeah, this video triggered me because, I'm triggered by stupidity.
Yeah, some peeps get triggered really fucking easily. Because trust me, every day I get hate mail from anti-feminist triggered fanboys, okay? Trust me, this is not a solely feminist issue, as can be seen by this. Yeah, this would be the exchange you had on Twitter with Blair White and Shoe on Head, both prominent female YouTube anti-feminists. Called you out for your transphobic bullshit, and you got really, really fucking butthurt hella quick. It was most amusing. Yes, you're not exactly in a great position to talk about anyone being triggered.
Number 2. Feminists are weaklings who think that everything is sexist.
Yes, I really don't think I'm going to be taking a lecture about being a weakling from you. Either physically, because look at you, you're a streak of piss. It looks like a mild gust of wind would fucking blow you down. Or intellectually, because, again, I refer you back to the interaction you had on Twitter that I just showed you a minute ago. Clearly, you haven't got a leg to stand on either fucking way.
Number 1. Feminists think they are oppressed.
Yes, please, middle-class, spoilt little rich kid, tell us all about oppression. Tell us all about the oppression you faced in suburbia.
Number 1. Feminists think they are oppressed.
Excuse me, I am oppressed because sometimes I'm catcalled.
Listen, there's a difference between being oppressed and being uncomfortable. This is oppression. You getting catcalled is uncomfortable.
Hang on a minute. You realise the picture you just showed there, the one where you said they were oppressed, right? They were women too. You do know that, right?
One more time, okay? Say it with me. Here we go. You ready? Oppression, uncomfortable. Oppression, uncomfortable. Get it through your thick skull and comment below if you could see the difference.
That's the same fucking picture. And the women that you said are oppressed are still women. Do you really not get that? How does that disconnect work in your head, okay? Women are predominantly the people that feminists are fighting for. Not solely, but predominantly. But yet you show a picture of women who are oppressed and say, therefore feminism isn't needed? You fucking absolute idiot. I mean, I am genuinely lost for words as to, like, how fucking ludicrous that is. How stupid you are. You fucking moron. But anyway, moving on. It would be remiss of me not to take on some of his ultra-conservative fucking bullshit as well in this video. So before I let you go, let's do that, shall we?
Today we're going to be taking a look at this. Why I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. And believe me, this little liberal gets so angry at the rich people.
Whoa, hold on there, Hunter. Because this video is entitled, Ridiculously Ungrateful Youth Wants Socialism. So is he a liberal or a socialist? I mean, I don't even know why I'm asking you that, because you clearly don't have the first idea what those words actually mean. You're just bandying them about in the way that fucking usual, ridiculous, carbon copy conservative dickheads do, as if they're just sort of hate words you can spew out there, little buzzwords, liberal, socialist, communism, Kenyan Muslim, whatever, and it doesn't matter that there are massive differences between all of these things. You just throw them out there and see what shit sticks. You fucking dickhead.
Now you might say this is evil, this is communism, this is against what America stands for.
Well, Bernie is a socialist.
No, Hunter. Bernie Sanders is not a socialist, okay? I know he calls himself that, but demonstrably, he doesn't actually stand for socialism, okay? But I don't even know why I'm attempting to explain this to you, because you've already shown that you don't even know the difference between a liberal and a socialist, let alone a social democrat and a socialist, for fuck's sake.
And then they say you're lazy, you're entitled, Well, I don't have the money to pay for this. Well, then get a job. Well, nobody's hiring because, I don't have a degree. Well, then go to college. Well, I can't afford college. It's too expensive.
Do you even hear yourself when you talk? Not every job requires a degree. Go get a job at a fast food restaurant or a clothing store. Save your money and pay for college. Go work at Starbucks.
Yeah, it's just that simple, isn't it? You work a minimum wage job and it'll be so easy to save up the fucking $19,000 a year for a basic 4-year in-state college course. Do you even fucking hear yourself? Do you know anything of the real world at all? If you work at McDonald's or fucking Starbucks, you can barely afford to feed, clothe and house yourself, for fuck's sake, let alone save up tens of thousands of dollars for college, you stupid twat. And this is the problem, Hunter. I don't attack you for being young, I attack you for not knowing anything about the world and speaking as if you do. You clearly haven't got the first idea about reality in any fucking form. How about you go and try and learn something and shut the fuck up until you do?
It doesn't make any sense, but nobody wants to sit down and think about that on that side because they love their money and they love the way that things are.
Who's they? The rich? Who cares if they love their money? They worked hard for it and most of them don't want to pay more in taxes to pay for your stupid benefits. Stop blaming the rich for your issues. It's not their fault. Stop whining and go to work. You have as good a chance as anyone to be successful in life.
No, Hunter, actually. I think you'll find 52% of the world's richest people inherited their fortunes. And study after study after study has shown that if you're born into a rich family, you're likely to remain rich. And if you're born into a poor family, you're likely to remain poor. And that clearly isn't down to the rich being inherently more hardworking than the poor. Otherwise, how do you explain Lord, blah, 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 the third, who does fuck all for a living and yet is a multi-millionaire, and a nurse who works his or her fucking fingers to the bone, earning, a pittance by comparison.
I'm sick of living in a country that is in this illusion of freedom and, you can be whatever you want to be. No, you can't.
Well, yes, you can. The only one who isn't letting you succeed is you. You want to know where people actually can't be whoever they want to be? Countries under socialism. Now take a look at these countries ranked by outflow. The US isn't even on the list. Now take a look at these countries ranked by inflow. The US is second on the list. If the US is so bad and people don't have a chance here, why are so many people leaving these other countries and coming here?
Now, I hope everyone can see the obvious flaw in the logic he's employing there. But the reason I've left that clip in is because the table of nations he shows at the end there, that will become relevant in a moment.
You know what? In regard to things like healthcare, healthcare should not be a privilege. I don't care if you're the laziest person on God's green earth. You shouldn't deserve to die on your couch when there's a pharmacy on every damn corner full of medicine.
Why don't you give me 2 examples of someone dying on their couch because they didn't have medicine? And isn't that what Obamacare's for? If you want universal healthcare so bad, well, why don't you just go over to Cuba?
Ah, the good old, if you don't like it, why don't you fuck off to insert communist country here instead? Yes, it's always good when someone pulls that one out of the fucking bag. It's always a sure sign of a fucking confident intellect. But how about, Hunter, if there were another country that, by your logic, remember, your fucking logic, was better than America, but also had socialised healthcare. Because do you remember how a moment ago I told everybody the table you showed of nations and the people that were emigrating into those nations would become relevant? Let's have a look at it again, shall we? You see, this is the table you showed only a moment ago, right? And it shows there that the net intake of the UK is over twice that of America, and we have socialised healthcare. Thereby, your fucking logic, us having socialised healthcare, therefore must mean we're twice as good as America, right? Come on, America. Socialised healthcare is fucking awesome. You really need to try it. It's epic. So, pointless, condescending fucking douche nozzle who's just parroting back shit you heard on Fox News, you just got wrecked. Anyway, I've had enough of this dickhead, so let's wrap this shit up, shall we? Now, given all of the bigotries engaged in by this dude and the fact that he's a fucking fundy, creationist, Christian dickhead and an all-round hateful, bigoted prick, it all makes sense once you put it into the context that he was homeschooled. So here's a message to all of the parents that homeschool their kids. However much you might think you're doing the right thing for your kid, homeschooling them will most likely turn them into a fucking mental case. So, you know, don't fucking do it, you irresponsible pricks. But anyway, I'm not trying to make excuses for Hunter at all, okay? He's a full-grown adult, and he must take responsibility for his actions, his words, and his beliefs. So it is in that light that I say to you, Hunter Avallone, go fuck yourself.
She was only 16, only 16. I loved her so, but she was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. We'd laugh and we'd sing and do little things that made my heart glow, but she was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. But why did I give my heart so fast? It never will happen again. But I was a mere lad of 16, and I've aged a year since then. She was only 16, only 16, with eyes that would glow. But she was too young to fall in love, and I was too young to know. But why did I give my heart so fast? It never will happen again. But I was a mere lad of 16, and I've aged a year since then. She was only 16, only 16, with her eyes that would glow.